Y'all, this is N.G.A TV, and I'm here with another video. I'm here to talk about, the origin of N.G.A TV and why the older generation dropped the ball. Okay, what N.G.A TV really stands for is New Generation Authority, and it's for the new generation. And I made this channel for the new generation to get better and to understand the truth behind the red pill and behind, how to get better. When I originally made this channel, it was about really helping the new generation get better, leading them in the right direction on where they need to go, and helping them get better. And stuff like that. That's what this channel really stands for. New Generation Authority. That's what this channel was originally made for. And then once I started getting subscribers, I started talking about the red pill and stuff like that. But it was originally made for the new generation, helping the new generation get better. New Generation Authority, helping the new generation get better. That's what N.G.A TV stands for. New Generation Authority. And that's what N.G.A TV stands for. But what I'm trying to say in this video is the older generation dropped the ball. And what I mean by older generation, I mean like the older generation that's like millennials age 30 to 40. Not the Gen X, but the millennials, the generation under, which is the millennials, generation 30 to 40, like in the 30 plus to in the early 40s. That's the generation I'm talking about, the early to late millennials. Not necessarily the Gen X, because the Gen X, they kind of dropped the ball, but then they kind of wised up once they got in their 40s. So they kind of wised up. But I'm talking about the millennials, they kind of dropped the ball. And some people say it started with the baby boomers. The baby boomers dropped the ball, and the other generations started dropping the ball afterwards. But that's another story for another day. I'll be here forever if I talk about that. But the older generation, I feel like dropped the ball, because a lot of these older guys, not necessarily old guys, but older guys, they want to talk about the new generation and what's going on with the new generation. Like, let's say for hip hop, for example, they talk about the mumble rap and the rise of the effeminization of the black male and stuff like that. And they feel like the newer generation is the problem. But it's like they forget about the older generation, the lack of guidance, the lack of influence, the lack of role models that the kids have. And you wonder why they're effeminate, and you wonder why that they don't have anybody to look up to when they make these decisions. And the stuff they produce is low quality because they don't have anybody to look up to. So it's like you can't really blame the new generation for being the way it is. The more drug use they use, the more suicide rates go up, like the Lil Loaded case. And you can't blame the new generation when it's like all you doing is not even influencing them. You're not even influencing them. You just dropped the ball. And I feel like the older generation dropped the ball. And they want to talk about the new generation and stuff like that. And I feel like this video is good for this channel, because this is basically what I've been talking about the whole time. This is not an SYSBN video. This is not one of those red pill videos. This is just more of a educational video for my subscribers. And And this is what I've been talking about this whole time. Is why the new generation dropped the ball, and not the new generation, the old generation dropped the ball, and this is one of these rare videos because I want to tell people this: the old generation dropped the ball. The old generation dropped the ball. They dropped the ball, man. The older generation dropped the ball, and they let the new generation down, and they keep saying, "Oh, you new niggas, you new dudes." You got these Pookies and Ray Rays that want to talk. These older generation Pookies and Ray Rays want to talk, and they want to start talking this stuff, talking about, "Oh, you new guys, you new dudes, you new generation, y'all weak, y'all soft, y'all not masculine enough to be like us." But hey, they had nobody to look up to. They have no real role models. So what do you expect? If they had role models, they wouldn't be soft. They'll have guidance. They'll have everything else. They wouldn't be soft. They'll be masculine because they had the role models. They had the dad, the father figures in their life to help them out. We got the rise of single motherhood. That's another thing that's happening in the new generation. That's why the rise of single motherhood. You see why single mothers is not a good thing? And that's another problem that has to tie into the red pill. And I don't really mix these two topics together, but this is what I've been trying to say in these videos. This is kind of like a rare video because I want people to see this. I want people to see how this ties into the red pill and how this ties into the generational gap that's going on right now with the millennials, the Gen X, and the Gen Z, which is the new gen. So yeah, this is all I have to say for this video, man. It's just like the old generation dropped the ball, and they want to blame the new generation for what's going on right now, but they dropped the ball a long time ago, and I don't think it's gonna get any better. I think it's gonna get worse. The older generation is living too recklessly to really do anything about it. They're living too recklessly. I'm not talking about the Generation X. I'm talking about the millennials. They're living too recklessly, and it's nothing you can do about it. But I hope you learned something from this video because it's just sad, man. It's just sad, but I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope you get better and wiser over time. But this is just one of these rare videos I'm making, but I hope you learned something, and this is what this channel is about. It's all what this channel is about. It's just helping the new generation get better, and that's all this channel is about. It's not really about red pill, SYSBM, travel movement. It's really about helping the new generation into the right direction. That's what this channel was really about at first. And then it started drifting into something else. But this is what this channel originally was for, was to help the new generation out. And this is why I made this channel. But I hope you learned something from this, and I hope you feel better. But yeah, these old generation dudes, they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball, man. And they're getting worse over time because they're not getting better. They're digressing. And they're not getting better. Like last night there was a shootout, and I know it was the old generation guy that did it. It wasn't no new generation guy that did it. It was the old generation guy that did it. He was in his 30s, and he started shooting around my house. That's how I know. It's just like it's getting worse and worse over time, and it's not getting better. And you know what I'm saying? It's not like they're teaching the youth how to become better men. They're teaching them how to be killers and, degrading women and stuff like that. And it's just like, I don't know, man. It's just not getting better. But that's just my take on this whole thing, why the older generation dropped the ball, and why you have what you have with the new generation, because the older generation refuses to change their ways and get better. They keep doing the same stuff, and they refuse to be a good role model to the kids. And they wonder why the things are the way they are. And if you look at, there's this one song by Wu-Tang Clan, I think it's called A Better Tomorrow, to where they talk about this, where they're like You can't party your life away, drink your life away, smoke your life away, F your life away. Because your seeds grow up the same way, and that's kind of what the song was about. You know, you can't do things, you can't live recklessly because the generation after you is gonna be the same way. That's what they really mean. The generation after, the people that look up to you, are gonna grow up to be the same thing. Your seeds, your generation. It's a generational curse, and that's kind of what they were saying in that song, "A Better Tomorrow" by Wu-Tang Clan. I always listen to that song and I think about this generational thing, this generational gap. Every time I think about that, I think about that song, "A Better Tomorrow." And yeah, man, that's a good song. But yeah, just think on that, and hopefully you get some insight of what's going on, and a better tomorrow. But yeah, that's kind of that song I've been thinking about. But hopefully you learn something from this video, and you get better over time. But this is all I have to say for this video. This is N.G.A TV, and I'm signing out. All right, peace.